In a world of fake news, we bring you up-to-the-minute factual inaccuracy and a heavy dose of moral truth. With your hosts, Kyle Mann and Ethan Nicole. This is the Babylon Bee. Fake news you can trust.
Look at you. You're so lucky because you're hanging out with the Babylon Bee guys today. But really, I feel lucky because I get to hang out with you.
We're all lucky when you think about it. Everybody.
I think I feel a song coming on. Dun, 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 dun.
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
As you can tell, we do not write the intros.
Yeah, or at least, well, Kyle writes them in his head and then...
I write them in my head
tries
literally
them
like
out.
3.2 seconds before we go. And so sometimes it works out great. And sometimes not as much.
Rarely.
No, I think it works out well. I think it works out
Does
well.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have any feedback on the intros, let us know. So I'm an old man right now.
Right now?
I'm old
Playing
now.
an old man?
Now I'm an old man.
Okay.
Officially, I hurt my back for the first time. Like I'm sure I've hurt my back before at some point, like whatever.
I've been lucky with my back. I mean, I get sore, but I've never had like that, oh, my back. But I have my neck. My neck's bad.
So we went out and played disc golf last Friday. Me and my dad and Dan. We
Okay.
went out and played disc golf. I got into this hole and it had this weird like turn where you had to throw it like that. And I threw a sidearm. So I had to so I was like, okay, I'm going to do, and I did this whole weird tweak and I was like,
Yeah.
just kind of the complete timber fell over.
Was your back out? I've always wanted to know what it felt like. Well, I don't want to know, but your back goes out?
I don't know what that means. But
I know. I assume once it happens, oh, that's what it is.
I think it was out.
You think so? I think you'd know.
Like I throw my back out. You threw your back out?
Like when a sitcom, the guy's like, it's out, and they're like, can't move.
It was
Or
like
you
that.
think- you think they
Because then I
overemphasize
went to the next throw and I was like, okay, I'll just throw it the other. I'll throw it the other direction. That won't be so bad. And I'm like, shouldn't have done that. And then I was like,
You have
okay,
to somebody
I'm done.
do a spinal Heimlich maneuver on you and put it back.
I haven't had anybody do that. I don't know how to do that. So,
I could do it maybe. I could walk on your back.
I could go to a massage place.
You hear
but
people
I'm
offer to walk on your back? I'm like, that sounds like the worst idea on earth. It's a spine. Don't walk on spines.
My wife makes me do that to her all the time. She's like,
Insane.
my back hurts. Step on it. And she lies on the ground and I'm like, I don't want to hurt you.
And women have things in the front of them like,
Yeah. Like what things?
smash.
I like,
people?
do you want 200 pounds of Kyle stepping on you? Like,
Yeah.
really? I mean,
Would she ask her if she wants me to do it?
step on your wife's back.
Should I be feeling the floor under my foot?
But so then I took off to my parents' cabin in the woods all weekend. And
Spooky.
it was like, I kept like trying to like lie in the bed to read. And I'm like, oh, not on that side. And then you can't get up and you have to like roll 270 degrees this way to like get out.
Yeah, you're old the moment that when you get up, you go,
You start making more noises. So
which is
anyway.
like me since I was like 13.
But it worked out because once I got in the position, I was reading Abigail Schreier's book, Irreversible Damage, which we're going to talk to her. I
Good
think
plug.
Next week or the following week, we're going to have her interview out.
Great interview.
And so I like couldn't move, so I was forced to finish the whole book.
Wow.
I heard you
That's
had
what happened.
you had a video go viral, didn't you?
Yeah, so 13 years ago when I was in a band, I animated a music video. I spent an entire month. I was on unemployment and I worked day and night on this music video. I did 30 days.
It was your music. It was
our band.
Interactive.
I'm singing in it. It's a song we wrote. It's a good song. It's actually, 'cause we were a bunch of Christian guys, Christians who happen to be in a band. And the funny thing is the song is about it's about the church. It's about like kind of hiding, creating a little Christian utopia and hiding in it. But anyway, it's this crazy music video. It's long. It's an epic song. It's not a standard structured song. But anyway, randomly, this huge YouTuber guy named Penguin Zio or something. His name's Charlie. He has like millions of followers. He's a gamer guy. I've seen him doing Russian slap fight commentary. He's like Keanu Reeves. He's like kind of this weird Keanu Reeves looking guy. And randomly, he did this video about just nostalgic videos from the days of Newgrounds and the old Flash videos. And the first video he brought up was my Mission to the Moon video I made 13 years ago. So it's weird when I have little successes that have nothing to do with anything right now. Nothing to do with Axe Cop. Nothing to do with Babylon Bee. It's just a thing that just popped up. So suddenly getting all these notifications on my video. it went from like 10 comments to like 500 comments and like 10,000 views and like all this stuff. I'm like, what? From like 100 views. Yeah. And yeah, so it's just been going bonkers. So
it's like
you guys should check. I'm very proud of the video. It's a ton of work. So yeah, you guys should go watch it since it's popular again.
You gotta wonder.
Or it never was, but actually it did really well on Newgrounds, but it never did well on YouTube. That's the thing that weird thing that's popping up is I posted it on Newgrounds, I never paid attention, and now I'm saying to people like, oh, I remember I love this video on Newgrounds. I forgot it did well there. Did you ever do Newgrounds?
I remember you could play little Flash games and stuff on
It was
Newgrounds.
like a Flash YouTube almost, but like people just post. There's
videos, but there was also games. I remember playing games on there.
It was all homemade. But yeah, there's a lot of these old YouTube. I think that's where like those stick fighter, kung fu kind of stuff came from.
I remember E-Bomb's World.
Yeah.
That was the one where we would go find funny videos of people falling down and stuff.
Yeah.
But I kind of wonder if this is how Sunseed felt when Jesus is a Friend of Mine went big.
Yeah. Probably.
They just like checked their phone one day and like, what? I guess when it went big, nobody had smartphones. Yeah. They log on to AOL and they're like, what is this? We're huge. So that's how. So you're the new Sunseed.
Cool.
Are we gonna have a link to this video?
Sure.
Link to the video. What's it called?
Mission to the Moon.
Mission to the Moon.
Interactive.
Mission to the Moon.
There's two copies of it on YouTube. There's one on my account and one on the Lunar Active account.
That's fantastic.
All right,
let's do some stuff that's good, eh? Yeah.
But now, this week's edition of Stuff That's Good.
My stuff that's good is Canada, eh? No, not really. I'm not going to pick a country for the stuff that's good. Board games. We all like board games. And you know what's a board game that everybody knows about is Battleship.
Right.
You know what the problem with Battleship is terrible.
Hey, you know Dave DeAndrea, the voice of the Babylon Bee?
Yeah, he did the electronic
Battleship.
Electronic Battleship. You sunk my battleship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
There's a little connection there for you.
There's a funny interview about that on Rhett and Link before they turned on the Lord.
Before they put on their fedoras.
Yeah.
Cast off their WWJD bracelets and put on fedoras.
Yeah.
Sad. But yeah, Battleship is a terrible game. Because you're just guessing.
But Dave DeAndrea is great.
No, the voice is awesome. It's iconic, right?
Yeah.
My wife was like, when I first started getting into board games, my wife was like, she's like, we got to play Battleship.
She's really worried.
Battleship is fun. So I got a copy of Battleship and we played it. I'm like, this is horrible. Why are we playing
I don't like games that are pure randomness.
It's completely random. But I remember as a kid thinking, there's strategy, finding out what. No.
Have you ever played Skip Bow?
I have not.
Card game my mom really likes.
I have not, no.
I was like, why don't we just do our taxes? It feels like the same thing. We're just like, we're sorting numbers out. It's stupid. Sorry, continue.
With the state of modern board gaming, a lot of people would enjoy a game where you just do taxes. But no, I'm going to talk about the board game called Sonar.
Oh.
Which is like Battleship if it was good.
Okay.
So
does it have Dave DeAndrea?
No Dave DeAndrea.
Oh, sad.
We need an electronic version with Dave DeAndrea.
Okay.
So this is a game for two teams, either 1-on-1 or 2-on-2. And you tell the other guy, like, my ship is moving north. It's moving east. It's moving west. It's moving south. And then they start to track you with a marker, and they have their map, and they're trying to figure out where you are. So eventually they can deduce where you are and then launch torpedoes at you. It's very short, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, tracking each other around.
If you keep tracking it, and they're like drawing, and all of a sudden they realize they've written "never going to give you up." You rickroll them?
And then you just rickroll.
Yeah.
And then they just get this, and you're like, boom, I won. You're telling them all the directions to go. That would take a while.
That would take a while.
Now I know I'm never playing Sonar with Ethan. But if you got kids, family, want to play board game, Sonar, it's a good one.
Okay.
Your turn.
All right. Well, mine is, so a while back I mentioned that I love this band called Scythian. They're like this awesome, they play like pub, Irish, gypsy, crazy, great music. And then they reached out to me because they are fans of the Babylon Bee. And they saw me talking about them. So that was cool. So then they sent me their new album that wasn't out yet, and it just came out. So their new album's out. It's called Roots and Stones. And so you guys should get it. I think it's their most best produced album that they've got so far.
You've figured out this thing of getting free stuff to do promotions. I haven't figured this out yet. If you want me to promote
you get free trips. I don't get any trips.
If you want me to promote your board game, send it to me.
Yeah, send them board games. I want cigars. We should give lists. I want cigars, meat.
I like board games. I like
drawing
novels.
tablets. Anything for technology for drawing.
Video games. I like video games.
Beef jerky.
Food.
Yeah, any food.
Beverage. We'll take it all.
Yeah.
So
whatever it is.
we can
Try
be
it.
bought.
Yeah. Totally.
Let's do some weird news.
This has been Stuff That's Good.
This news is weird.
Porch pirate steals bait box filled with cat poop.
Owned. Hey, Ontario, Canada. So this woman was tired of these package thieves, so she thought of a clever scheme. She filled a box full of cat poop, and it was stolen within 40 minutes.
I feel like I've seen this in a movie or something.
Well, the best are like, I love those bait. You've seen those YouTube videos, right, where the guy creates this glitter bomb package. It's made so that, and there's cameras on it and stuff. So you just get to watch the person like steal the box, open it up, and like, what? They're like alone in a parking garage, like opening it up to see what I get. So if this lady was really clever, she would have made a cat poop bomb box. So you could see the person exploding in a cloud of cat poop in a parking garage.
What about glitter and poop? Like a poop glitter.
Poop glitter.
It would never come off.
We're YouTubers. We should do this. We don't have a problem with people stealing packages here, though, yet.
Yeah, we just have this normal podcast. If we want to be big on YouTube, we have to do stuff like this.
Yeah, we do some crazy stuff.
Like, oh, wow, yep, you got poop on your face.
Or like,
it's a prank, bro.
We're making a burrito, and it's full of toothpaste, and we're going to see who can eat the whole thing.
Yeah, and I think it's big to like fake pranks. Like that's totally scripted out. And the guy's in on it, and you can totally tell.
Yeah.
But they go huge. They get millions of views.
Yeah, obviously fake pranks.
We need to do it.
Precious painting lost at German airport found at dumpster.
Okay.
So this painting worth more than €250,000, which is $340,000, more than a quarter. That's crazy. That was forgotten by a businessman at this airport, Dusseldorf. It was just by the dumpster. Somebody was like, "Oh, a painting laying around. Let's throw this away."
The Professor Dusseldorf, a bad guy in something.
That sounds familiar.
Dusseldorf's airport has been recovered from a nearby. So he left it at the airport.
Yeah, I don't know if Dan told me about this. I forgot. Somehow they lost the painting. I don't know if somebody stole it. I'm waiting to see if Dan nods or shakes his head. He just set it down and forgot about it. Oh, he just set it down and forgot about it.
You think of all the things.
A $340,000 painting. It's gone. Where'd it go? So it's hanging in an airport?
I understand,
like what? Isn't there gum all over it? Like, airports are gross.
I can understand like leaving your Game Boy behind or something.
Yeah,
or a sweatshirt.
Other device that you wouldn't have for 20 years.
I have 2 Game Boys.
Okay,
the originals.
So retro. You left one at the airport. You had 3.
Well, my sister did. She left 2 behind a park and stuff, and I've never forgiven her.
I'm bad. I leave jackets. That's all
my sister left my Game Boy. She was like, I don't know, 3 or 4. She left my Game Boy at the bakery.
You don't give a Game Boy to a 3-year-old.
But I didn't give it to her. I had left it in the car, and and she wanted to listen to the music from Donkey Kong Land or whatever the mini version of Donkey Kong Country was that was on the Game Boy. She's like, Mom, I want to listen to the music. So she put the headphones in, and she walked in listening to the music and just set it there and left it there. And I was I was distraught.
The mini version of Donkey Kong should be called Dinky Kong. Huh? Next story.
I forgive you, Karis. Woman receives birthday card mailed by her late mother in 2015. Is this the USPS like?
Yeah, I guess they just were really late in delivering this letter, and so her mother had long died.
So this is Ohio. So USPS.
What's the letter say? Did she share it?
My mother. So the mother passed away in 2018. It was postmarked June 20th, 2015. It had a birthday card in it.
Well.
So.
It wasn't meant for you to receive back then. It was meant for you. Wait, what?
Is there a warning on the screen right now on Facebook saying like, don't worry, mailing birthday cards is safe and secure? I think this triggers the notification. Well, that's nice. It's kind of cool though, on the one level, right? Like her mom's been dead for 2 years, and now she gets a letter from her.
She remembers her saying, "Did you get a card from me?" But she never did. Huh.
It's a little touching.
Yeah, touching as long. Yeah.
What's the scene in the post office? They're like looking. Did you ever send that letter out? And it's like sitting on a.
Yeah, where was it?
Like where does it?
It probably fell between between the fridge and the counter.
Yeah, and they're cleaning it out and like
They finally got the fridge replaced.
But I like that they sent it instead of just being like.
Yeah. Rip it up.
Would you think that would make more sense because it makes them not look as bad?
Yeah.
Instead of being like, I guess we better get this out.
This is somebody's mom. Have you ever done? I've done this before. There's this site called Future Me, and you can like write an email to yourself and then set a date in the future to get it to yourself.
Oh wow! Do you have any more coming in?
I did one at no, I don't have one coming now, but I had one where I did like 5 years or something like that. And I wrote a message to myself from when I was living alone in an attic, like alone, depressed. But I tried to write myself an encouraging letter in the future. And by the time I read it, I had a family, I had kids, Axe Cop had happened. And I'm like, hey, I hope you're doing well. This is Ethan. I hope you found a wife and stuff. Like, it was crazy when I got it. I was like, I wish I could answer you. I wish I could reply to this.
Yeah, it would be much more valuable to send a message now.
To the past.
To back then.
Yeah.
You feel terrible for this kid. You're like, this kid's a real loser, man.
Man buys 160 tickets for one lottery drawing, wins 160 times. I smell a rat. He won 160
But did he play the same numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay.
He played the same numbers over and over.
So he got the. Okay, I don't know how it works. See, I was thinking this is like that, that McMillions documentary.
Yeah, where they were stealing the
mafia guys were like
the guy was like stealing all the winning tickets for the McDonald's game.
Yeah, the Monopoly ones.
The Monopoly pieces.
So that's what I was thinking was happening here.
So he won $5,000 160 times for $800,000 total.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Have you ever done a lottery?
I might have bought one maybe once, just like
it always felt a little seedy to me.
Yeah, they feel. I don't know.
At Dan and I's old job, our boss was just like kind of this gruff guy, and he would just stop by he'd be driving us to whatever the next office is. We had to go on a field call or whatever. He'd just stop at 7-Eleven. Got to get my lottery tickets. And it was just like,
did he ever win?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure he won $100 here and there, but it's a different culture.
I've heard those stories. Yeah, because I have a friend who he had that. He came from the very poor family, but his stepdad would continually buy these lottery tickets. And he won one. Like it was a big win. He was like on the TV show or whatever, but it created this like insane drama in their family. Like just
no, I'm sure
you owe me. Everybody wants the money and it's gone like instantly. They'd spend it and also creates all these problems because they have all these taxes to pay and stuff. Anyway, it's kind of wild.
It's a very large percentage of people that win a lot of money in the lottery that are bankrupt within a year or two.
Yeah,
they're not very smart about it. Yeah. I guess if you're dumb enough to buy lottery tickets, you're not smart enough to manage
to handle the money.
Marvel's Star-Lord is now a polyamorous bisexual.
Huh.
Wait, isn't that kind of redundant? If you're polyamorous, aren't you everything like?
Isn't bisexual
multiple partners?
Bisexual is the two sexes, but then polyamorous is Oh yeah, because polyamorous.
Okay,
I guess multiple partners. Bisexual is you might have one or the other.
Okay, I guess I was thinking pansexual.
So, bisexual means this is a man or woman. Polyamorous means you have one on each side.
So that's what happened in the comics. This is in the comics. The superhero finds himself teleported to a mysterious dimension named Morinus, a place of rebirth, where Star-Lord spends 150 years with an alien man and an alien woman, while only a few short months pass in our world. As he embraces his two lovers, the alien says, "Congratulations, Peter Quill. The you that was is over. You are newborn and ready to learn our ways." Did he say that in a very seductive voice?
I don't know. I don't read comics. I like the idea that anytime Chris Pratt does or says something, then Marvel does a comic
to slam him,
or to go the other way.
Yeah,
Star-Lord rejects Christ, accepts the flying spaghetti monster.
He wears a MAGA hat, and then they're like, Star-Lord wears Black Lives Matter shirt. They just,
He drinks water from a organic husk.
Yeah.
Instead of a plastic bottle. Organic husk. Some husked alien creature. No, that's not. That's meat.
You thinking like a tusk?
No husk, like a husk of corn or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to think what
husk is like a shell,
when people
right?
get mad about what you've drunk, when you drank water from a plastic
right.
bottle, what's the alternative?
alternate? Okay, yeah.
His hands? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that joke worked.
Yeah.
Google sends 7-year-old warning that his parents are monitoring his account. And way too many people are okay with that. That's a not the B headline.
Yeah, I didn't think you would be that opinionated to like throw your opinion into the headline.
That is freaky. So this 7-year-old, it's weird he has his own email address, but like he got an email from Google. You can see it right here. It's freaky.
Just to have it for homeschooling. So he has to have this Google for homeschooling, Gmail or whatever.
Yeah. And so then he gets, it says, "Hi, Liam. This is Google's voice.
We want to remind you that your parent is supervising your account.
Privacy is important to us." Yeah. That's freaky, right? Sincerely, the Family Link team.
Figure out what the thought process was here, because I get they'll periodically, because I'll do like the location sharing with my family.
Yeah.
And periodically it'll be like, hey, just a reminder, everybody
dad
can
is
see where you
watching
are.
Yeah.
You know, like I pull up to the bar, I'm like, I'm going to have a few beers. And then Google will be like, just a reminder, your mom and dad are watching. Yeah, that's
very strange.
But I don't understand this. That doesn't really happen. I was just kidding. The beers.
The beers.
Yeah. Genius. These code breakers just cracked the Zodiac Killer's infamous 340 cipher. 340 cipher? 51 years after it was published.
Cracked it. Little late, guys.
What does it say? So that was like the famous, all the symbols, all in trying to figure out what he was writing.
Yeah, I didn't read, but they were saying like a.
Oh, here it is. I hope you are. We need to read this. Do you have a good serial killer voice?
Can you do a good Ted Cruz?
I have no idea what Ted Cruz sounds like. I never watch videos. I hope you are having lots of fun trying to catch me. That wasn't me on the TV show. Which brings up a point about me. I'm going to turn into the Joker. I am not afraid of the gas chamber.
They're always like awkward guys.
Because it will send me to paradise all the sooner.
There you go.
Because I now have enough slaves to work for me. Where everyone else has nothing when they reach paradise. So they are afraid of death. I am not afraid because I know that my new life will be an easy one in paradise death.
So there's some typos.
Paradise is spelled wrong. It's spelled like a board game store that would call itself Paradise. Paradise. The
Paradise.
Paradise.
It's like a paradise.
Yeah, there is a game store called Paradise down in San Diego.
Okay.
The GameStop I used to go to as a kid, the guy that owned it, or that was the general manager or whatever, was I'm trying to remember his name. I'm going to forget his name. Herbert or something like that. Just some real nerdy name, and he talked like that. So I'd be like, "Oh, you guys get the new Xbox yet?" "No, we don't have any Xboxes." And it was just like he was just like way over the top with everything. "Don't get the Xbox because it's terrible." It was like very comic book guy, like exactly how you would picture him too. So
there's a gamer store in my hometown called the Game Hen.
Game Hen, okay.
But like when you say it quickly, it sounds like the Game Hen.
Going to the Game Hen.
Yep, going to the Game Hen. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Or is there?
Teacher assistant mortified after missing rude detail on Christmas cardigan.
So it's shirt with a reindeer on the front.
Yeah, just like a cardigan. It's got these reindeer on it. But if you look closely at what the reindeer are up to, that laugh.
This is the season to be jolly.
You just like involuntarily did the Mary Poppins laugh. I want to laugh. Long and loud and clear. You're gonna start floating.
I don't know what the Mary Poppins laugh is, but okay.
You ever seen that? The guy that when he's laughing, he floats.
I've seen it, but I don't remember.
Okay. He's very whimsical.
It is whimsical.
Just the way it caught you off guard. Yeah, I don't know what we can show of this, but maybe we'll blur out kind of the groin area or something. We just show that these reindeer are reproducing on this shirt. I'm trying to figure out how to get around this. Kyle? No? Nothing?
Sentence spelled out by balloons breaks Guinness World Record.
Oh, I made you read the Guinness record one.
Did you do that on purpose? I guess I picked who went first, so.
Oh, yeah, there's the sentence, success has nothing to do with luck. It is a matter of consistency.
I was thinking about...
Fairly true-ish.
I was thinking about what bugs me about the Guinness records.
Every week we get a new monologue about your opinions on the... which is my fault. You see... So this feels like it could be topped pretty easily.
That's what bugs me about it. They pick some arbitrary number, and it's like, well, if I wanted to, I could beat that, and I have no special set of skills.
Yeah,
and I could beat this record.
Yeah, so anybody could do this.
I feel like it's really compensating for how dumb the thing is.
Wasn't there like a story where this town beat the world record for like the amount of balloons, like, and it created like a horrible. Something bad happened.
But they released them all to the atmosphere.
All of them, and yeah, and just like because it was millions or something.
Oh man,
there's a story somewhere about that. Google that. Yeah, because it went all into the water and the lake and like a bunch of stuff. It created problems.
Well, screw you guys. No more Guinness records.
Yeah, right. Sure.
Let's do stories of the week.
Every week there are stories. These are some of them.
As Dr. Jill Biden and her husband went out to eat over the weekend, a man began choking on his Denver omelet. But lucky for him, Dr. Jill Biden was there, and she is a doctor. "We need a doctor over here," cried a waiter. "Is there a doctor in the house?" Dr. Jill Biden sprang into action. "I'm a doctor," she said. Well, she didn't talk
a deep
like
voice. I'm a doctor.
"I'm going to need a podium and a microphone stat." A busboy hurried over with the life-saving tools. Dr. Jill Biden thanked him and then began delivering a speech on meeting students' needs at the community college level. So dumb. That was a long summary.
I'm out of the loop on this. She's not really a doctor, but she insists on being called one. Is that?
I don't even think she insists on calling it a doctor.
I think became one of those issues everybody like has to take a side on.
Somebody probably made some dumb comment online, and it just became this.
Just became a thing.
And then we said, "All right, we'll make a joke about it."
Everyone's going to talk about it. I guess we'll make a joke about it.
But the funny thing was the inconsistency because they wouldn't refer to Ben Carson as a doctor.
Yeah.
Very rarely would, like the New York Times, they would say Mr. Carson.
Right.
Dr. Ron Paul, who delivered babies for decades. Nope. Just Ron Paul, Mr. Paul, Representative Paul, whatever.
But even imagine like if it was one of those guys and they weren't a doctor, but people were taking like that became, call him a doctor?
Well, she's a doctor of, she got her, what is the education one? EDD.
EDD. So that counts as doctor?
So it's like...
But it's not a PhD. It's like a different kind of doctor?
Yeah, it's not a PhD. But I think...
a teaching doctor.
To me, I don't mind if it's
I'm fine. I don't care. But
call it a doctor, whatever.
Sure, whatever.
But it's like an inconsistency.
But she's not.
And I think there's a context thing too. Like if you're going to a dinner with some friends or some acquaintances, you don't introduce yourself Dr. Jill Biden.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're on school grounds and you're giving a lecture, the students would probably refer to you as doctor. I remember going to college that the professors who had a doctorate, you called them doctor, whatever, even if it was doctorate in theology or whatever. I don't see the problem with that.
But the person that is a doctor and they insist you call them a doctor, that's when you know.
I don't think that's the case in Jill Biden's case, but I do.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know her.
That is annoying.
Yeah.
Actually, it's doctor.
It's doctor, please.
I have a doctorate in satire. Dr. Man. Would you take a doctor seriously if he went in and it's like, "I'm Dr. Man"?
Dr. Man? Sure. Why not?
So.
Yeah. Cool.
Ben Shapiro weighed in. He said, "I'm sorry, telling a white lady in her..."
That's not how he talks.
Okay, listen, folks.
Okay, guys. Okay, folks.
Okay, listen up, folks. I'm sorry. Telling a white lady in her late 60s that she should stop calling herself doctor because she's not an actual medical doctor, that is not sexist. It's not. That's what he said.
Oh, that's what it became a sexist thing.
Yeah, well, I think somebody was saying it's sexist to not refer to her as doctor, and then that was his response.
Okay.
So, but I disagree that you don't have to that it has to be a medical doctor to use the degree to the title doctor.
Right.
Because I think it was actually like philosophers were called doctors before medical doctor. I mean, yeah.
This is dumb.
And then Hillary Clinton said, "Her name is Dr. Jill Biden. Get used to it."
Owned.
And she snapped her fingers like this.
Yeah. Wow.
This is just an example of how dumb an argument becomes where like every side is like having to pile on with their side.
And then Twitter had fun with it. So everybody started making their own doctorates up.
Well, it was like for a long time for a while there on Twitter, for a couple of weeks anyway, everybody was changing their handle to like President-elect.
Okay.
I'm President-elect, come in.
And I think I'm on Twitter. I miss all this somehow.
I don't know. And now everybody's like doctor.
Doctor. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe so doctor could be a pronoun that you assert.
Yeah. I identify us. Did we just tell the we need a counter.
That's the one conservative joke, right?
Well, I think we are allowed.
Isn't there 3? I just saw a guy say that's one of the 3 conservative jokes.
I think we may have developed a third. Didn't we develop a third on this show? I thought we decided we had the third. Oh, it was the
I haven't checked in our science lab.
Slapping Black Lives Matter on something to make it okay.
Oh, yeah.
We decided that was the third conservative
That's the third joke.
So we have 3 now, and we need a 4th.
3 is a magic number.
But
Trinity.
But each show we're allowed to tell the 2 jokes each once.
Okay.
So that was one.
So I used it up?
Well, I used one of them, yeah.
Okay.
So now we can do the other one. The other one is, did you just assume my gender?
Okay.
So we can do that at some point later on in the show. But this is the perfect example of a controversy that's a non-controversy that like a year from now, you're going to be like, what?
No one will be talking about.
What are you talking about?
It'll be like 3 days from now.
Yeah, exactly.
It probably by the time this podcast comes out, like, what are they talking about?
Who?
Huh?
What? Yeah. Next story.
Disney announced about 7,560 new Star Wars shows yesterday. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, as more shows are now soon to follow. We at the Babylon Bee have a Star Wars insider. We're not saying it's Gina Carano, but we're not saying it.
Now she's not going to share this video.
I don't know how to say that. Carano. It's like Corona, but mixed up. We asked her, or him, or them, what shows have yet to be announced, and they were able to tease these upcoming shows. Oh, they sound amazing. So there's a list.
All right. So here's all the Star Wars shows. I know Ethan's really excited about this story.
I love talking about Star Wars.
So we have My 3,000 Pound Life, which is...
Is that a Jabba the Hutt joke? Even I get that.
It's an inside look at the triumphs and tragedies of being a body-positive Hutt.
Body positive Hutt. He goes from Jabba the Hutt to Jabba the Hot.
That was good.
Like that?
That was good. Good job.
Tatooine's Got Talent. Get it? Because it's not America. It's Tatooine. Which is a planet.
But see, Tatooine has various musical
Shouldn't
groups.
that be Earth's Got Talent? They had music there?
Yeah, like Figrin Dan and the Modal Nodes.
Okay, I don't know that.
The Max Rebo Band. You know that what's so funny about the Star Wars universe is like, I think Red Letter Media talked about this, how it's supposed to be this huge galactic universe, but in every movie, like they stumble across the same side characters that just happen to be there on this planet.
Yeah,
and like
different planet.
Every cantina you go in the whole universe is playing the same song.
Well, in those sci-fi, like a lot of times a planet is really just another town.
Yeah, it's just on a different scale, right?
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is the one where everybody's a hillbilly or something.
Yeah, right.
Like, why is the entire planet of hillbillies?
The whole planet?
The whole planet is forests.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, that's not how planets work.
Well, there are some planets that are just really cold. Yeah.
I'm not a scientist.
Are you a doctor?
Jim. Darn it, Jim. I can't say it.
It's a great Star Wars reference. The next one is Better Call Maul.
It's a good one. I like that one.
We follow Darth Maul's post-fall life as a seedy lawyer clawing his way to the top of the exciting Dathomir legal world.
Oh, there's a link with more
If you click on it, there's more jokes you can use.
Oh, I have to make up jokes.
Here's another one. 1,000 Ways for Rose Tico to Die.
Oh, because people don't like that one.
We just kill
the girl they don't like.
It just kills Rose every episode in a different way.
She's like Kenny on South Park.
Yeah. I actually know what that's about.
You know about
even
that.
though I've never really seen South Park. But I know, yeah.
How about Watto and the Tatooine Pawn Stars? Makes no sense to me.
You don't get that at all? Do you remember Watto?
I know about Pawn Stars. Kind of. I never really watched it, but is Watto that weird snouty guy?
Yep. No, that's flies.
Flying?
Yeah. Hey, good job,
okay.
dude.
Wow.
I'm so proud of you.
Where did I see who's on a toy or like a cup? I think we had like a Taco Bell cup or something.
You were drinking out of his husk.
You get like the free cup from like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like
Yeah.
we had it for like 10 years or
Yeah.
however long it's been since that came out.
Your credits are no good here. Only money.
Yeah, and he's like basically a racial stereotype.
It's totally a racial stereotype. 100%. We won't say what race, even though Owen Benjamin wants us to. So people come in and try to sell their stuff, and he's like, best I can do is 3 Hutties Trugoots. The next one is
Mr. Breaking Bad.
That was good.
How's that?
I don't do a good Jar Jar. That was great. So Jar Jar Binks cooks up
Are we
death
just
sticks.
combining stuff?
He cooks up his death sticks to pay his medical bills.
Okay.
You said it, so you can do the next one.
Okay, this show is just...
Oh, I guess I would do that.
Oh, yeah, that's how that would work. This show is just 5 seasons of Baby Yoda doing cute things.
I would watch that.
Yeah, that would do well.
Naked and Afraid on Hoth.
It could be like Yoda babies instead of Muppet babies.
Yeah.
Which actually, Yoda's a Muppet, so...
Yoda babies.
Space Muppet babies.
Space, yes.
Sorry, I ruined your Naked and Afraid on
That's all
Hoth.
right. That's the joke. Next one.
That's it. Okay. What's Hoth? Is that that's a planet?
That's the snow planet. This planet is all snow. This planet, snow. Yep. Ice planet.
The Tauntaun King.
This guy's...
Oh, like Tiger King? Took me a minute. I was trying to figure out.
There's a way to suck all the humor out of this. We have discovered it. Oh, that's like this.
I'm just like, can I get these? And I don't pay attention to Star Wars very much.
The Great Bothan Bake Off. Many Bothans died to bring us these pies.
Okay. How I Met Your Father. Pretty good. It's not bad.
Thanks.
Do I need to read all that?
Dirty Jobs with Darth. Darth Vader just goes around and documents all the dirty jobs.
To Catch an SJW. How's that Star Wars? Star Jedi Walker? SJW?
No, it's Social Justice Warrior. So this is Gina Carano. This is more like a reality thing. Gina Carano
Are you
entraps.
saying your last name confidently like that? It's Carano?
Carano.
Okay, just making sure.
Entraps and then ambushes whiny Star Wars fans on the internet and confronts them in person. And then she like beats them up.
All right.
I would watch it. I don't know.
The Masked Bounty Hunter.
Because then you try to take off the Mandalorian's mask and he freaks out.
Because they got masks.
But if you take off his helmet, he'll kill you.
Oh, really?
So it's like, oh, let's see who it is. And try to take off his helmet. He's like, no. And then he kills them all. Sith Busters. This is just funny because it sounds like Mythbusters.
I got it. Star Wars, man.
All right. Well, next story, huh?
Do it.
After years of fighting lame California politicians who want to lock everyone in their homes so they can't even go to space or build cool stuff, Tesla CEO Elon Musk announced he was moving to the land flowing with milk and honey, Texas. Almost immediately after the move, he announced a new product the whole world has been waiting for, the Tesla AR-15.
Would that be like...
It was, I guess, it's electric, right? Or
yeah, it runs on electricity. It has a flamethrower.
You would definitely have a flamethrower.
You can read your mind. You can talk to it with your mind without moving your mouth. Like you just think.
Is this all this stuff happen with Tesla?
Shoot that bird. And then it just does it.
Oh, is he working on that? You were telling me something about the brain.
He's talking about when he was on Joe Rogan. He's like...
But he was probably high.
I will do a thing where you can talk to somebody and you don't have to move your mouth. I don't know why I'm making him sound slightly European. Is he? He is, right?
The name is...
What is he?
South African.
Oh, South African. Okay. He just sounds... Yeah, just different brain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yeah, he's a Texan now. So now he talks like, woo-wee! And he pronounces Tesla, Tesla.
Go down Teslas. So
he's been, he likes us. Or at least he likes some of our stories.
There's a strange obsession with us recently.
Yeah, like he keeps tweeting.
He reply to our stories. He randomly tweeted one day, "The Babylon Bee is savage."
Yeah.
And then laughing.
We posted a story about him, didn't you, that day?
Like we did it like a couple days later. He just randomly tweeted this out. We didn't know what story
he
was
had found us
to.
somehow.
And he just some rolling laughing faces.
And then we had some old stories. I saw people were sharing stories with him that we had done. Like we had the Noah's Ark one and stuff. And then it's like he's catching on. He's finding all these jokes we made.
Yeah. And then there was a weird one where The Onion posted some story and he just went under it and just tagged us with no explanation.
Yeah. So we're buds. So if you're watching Elon Musk.
Hello, Mr. Musk. Dr. Musk.
Dr. Musk. If you'd like to, you should come on the podcast.
Yeah, come on.
Tell us about mind reading
stuff.
Robots.
And if you want to purchase the Babylon Bee for $50 million, we'll entertain that offer.
Yeah, we will sell anything. We're total sellouts.
Total. 100%. So what else would Elon create in Texas?
Yeah, well, now he's in Texas.
Rocket-powered barbecues.
Yeah, he could bore out a huge underground brisket pipeline.
I'm trying to picture this, like Because brisket's
Anywhere
like,
you want.
what is brisket? It's like shredded.
Juicy shredded meat. Oh, is it shredded? I was thinking it could be the pulled
It's
pork
kind of
pipeline.
sliced.
'Cause then
Okay,
it's
pulled
more-
pork. It makes more sense.
And it has a nice alliteration to it.
So is this where
Everybody could have a pulled pork faucet in
that's
their
what I'm saying. You
house.
go up and you go.
Yeah, you just like
So you're
get it out.
at the gym and you're
can't
like,
remember that word.
you're at the gym. You go over to the drinking fountain and
Yeah, or it's like the drinking fountains in the park
spout.
where it shoots into the air, then down. You just put your mouth into the stream.
NASCAR, but with rockets. I don't know.
Yeah, it goes so fast it just looks like a blurry oval on your screen. Stuff's happening.
Electric powered cows.
Yeah, that's a good. Maybe he would do something where he puts like a robotic device on the cow's behind and turns the fart into something.
Yeah, you turn the fart into
Better.
candy or something.
Yeah, candy or like something really good for the world.
Like candy.
Yeah, I was trying to get something more healthy.
Like what?
I don't know. Electric. No, it turns into a fan that wind power. I don't know. He is going to put the first meme on the moon by 2024.
The guy was going on Twitter and just like blasting
been
memes
memeing.
out. He's just memes.
He's memeing hard.
I was trying to picture the scene in the corporate headquarters where he's like, Arlene, hold my calls. Cancel my 2:00. And I got stuff to work on. And he just starts like going on meme generator and like making all these memes.
You hear muffled laughter in his office. He's just reading memes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Musk doesn't want to be disturbed right
And there's
now.
like a whole there's like a whole long table of all these executives waiting for him, you know, like Hudsucker Proxy style.
Did you see what the Babylon Bee posted? This is hilarious.
They're trying to talk to him, sir.
That's fantastic.
The second quarter numbers. Oh yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, we were trying to figure out a way that he could make the beer hat more efficient
More efficient.
with the 2 beers. I don't know if it's
infinite-
more beers or
He could make it so that the beer, you know how he made the rocket like it shoots out of space and lands right where you want it to.
yeah, like lands on
So when the beer runs out, like those fly in, they land in the recycling container. Then 2 more beers shoot out of the fridge and land right in your hat.
yeah. Or even a distribution thing where it's at their warehouse and you're just like, I really could use a beer. And it's like,
Yeah, the Tesla beer warehouse. There's just beers flying out of it out
alert,
into people's mouths.
beer incoming. And you'd like do this and just, yeah, they could probably do
It
it.
can sense when you need another beer. You don't have to because you're
it's the thinking,
thinking.
'cause
It,
it's
you're not
thinking.
even have to say it.
And it's all powered by electricity.
Yeah. Or at the moment something that kind of sad happens.
Yeah.
You know, like you're like, oh,
The moment it's,
like you just got in a fight with your wife. A beer appears in your hand.
I think it was Chesterton who said, only drink when you're happy, not when you're sad. Giant sweet tea fire hose. I don't know.
For why? Because
They like drink sweet tea.
he could overcome. He might, you know, he's in Texas. He might overcome the genetic problems with inbreeding. That's terrible. Why would you make that joke, Kyle? Why'd you write that in there?
I didn't write that.
That's disgusting.
I don't know who wrote that. All right, let's move on to our topic of the week.
And now, the Babylon Bees topic of the week.
Chesterton.
Chesterton.
G.K. Chesterton.
So G.K. Chesterton, known for being very prophetic, though he wasn't actually prophesying, but
In the sense-
propheticizing.
In the sense where the Babylon Bee has been prophetic, where we've written a story and then later on
kinda
it's like,
comes
hey,
true.
that's like
Or he
something that
says
actually
things
happened. But it's a little different in his case. Yeah, he'll like say something
he did predict like
he'd say one day this might happen, and then it would
Yeah.
actually happen.
this is where he'll say this is where this philosophy is leading. Like he actually did 3 years before the beginning of World War II. He died 3 years before. He warned against Hitler before anybody else was freaking out about him. And then somebody edited the doc and I lost it.
he was warning about the outbreak of violence against the Jews.
He predicted the war would come. That it would begin on the Polish border. That it would be the most horrible war in history. He predicted with airplanes that wars would be conducted not just between soldiers but on innocent civilians. And he also predicted that Russia would. He predicted the rise and fall of communism in Russia before it happened. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. None of that's in this list, but that's awesome.
Pretty good.
We got some great quotes.
We're talking about prophecies in a more general sense, and here
Yeah.
we go. We're going to run through the top 10 Chesterton prophecies fulfilled.
All right.
And yes, we're saying that every time. Fulfilled. All right, number 1. We shall soon be in a world in which a man may be howled down for saying that 2 and 2 make 4. in which people will persecute the heresy of calling a triangle a three-sided figure and hang a man for maddening a mob with the news that grass is green.
Feels like we're headed there for sure.
Well, we are. I mean, the 2 and 2 make 4 thing was an actual controversy.
That actually has been a thing.
It's like racist and colonialist to believe that 2 and 2 make 4. He had another quote about this where it was like, we will stand with swords in our hands and fight to the death. The idea that 2 and 2
it's part of this
4.
same, yeah. And his point was that we all take for granted what we call reasonable, or rational. Like we all think that, oh, well, that's reasonable. But like today's reasonable things are tomorrow's uprisings and rebellions, because the things that were reasonable 100 years ago or whatever, they're not reasonable now.
Yeah, and he had this.
That's why you need to be a person who thinks about what you actually believe, because just going off of what culture says is reasonable, it means nothing. It's fluctuating constantly.
Yeah, he talks a lot about how being conservative or believing in tradition is the most revolutionary thing in many cultures.
An eternal rebellion.
Very true right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to declare this one prophecy fulfilled.
All right. Therefore, the modern man in revolt has become practically useless for all purposes of revolt. By rebelling against everything, he's lost his right to rebel against anything.
Yeah, are we including this long paragraph as part of that?
Is that part of it? Oh, that is part of it. Okay. Link to larger paragraph.
Or maybe it's
it
the
might
same.
help put it into, because this is that. Oh, yeah, this is the real. This is better. Yeah, I got to read this. It's long, but this is really good.
This isn't the same as that big, whatever. Go ahead.
Suppose that a great commotion arises in the street about something. Let us say a lamppost, which many influential persons desire to pull down. Have we read this on the podcast?
Yeah. But keep going.
It's so good, though. A gray-clad monk, who was the spirit of the Middle Ages, is approached upon the matter and begins to say in the arid manner of the schoolman, "Let us first all consider, my brethren, the value of light, if light be in itself good." At this point, he is somewhat excusably knocked down. All the people make a rush for the lamppost. The lamppost is down in 10 minutes. And they go about congratulating each other on their unmedieval practicality. But as things go on, they do not work out so easily. Some people have pulled the lamppost down because they wanted the electric light. Some because they wanted old iron. Some because they wanted darkness, because their deeds were evil. Some thought it not enough of a lamppost, and some too much. Some acted because they wanted to smash municipal machinery. Some because they wanted to smash something. There's war in the night. No man knows whom he strikes, so gradually and inevitably, today, tomorrow, the next day, there comes back the conviction that the monk was right after all, that all depends on what is the philosophy of light. Only what we might have discussed under the gas lamp, we now must discuss in the dark.
That's good. I classified that as prophecy fulfilled because of all the reasons that people had to tear down the lamppost. Just because they wanted to smash something. Mm-hmm. That was, oh man. Fantastic. Yeah, throwing us from all the statues being torn down. We're in a culture that loves tearing down right now, but we do get the sense that none of them really know why they're doing it, and they all have different reasons. Yeah, different reasons.
There's definitely a lot of them just like tearing things down.
Yeah, it's like some want to replace it with something, some want to...
Yeah. Just not like they're all going to get together and raise a statue that they all agree on.
Well, and we got a perfect picture of this with like Chaz. Yeah. Like, we've done it.
We did it.
What now? And there's like no prophecy. Did I hurt your ears? Sorry. Prophecy fulfilled. Because Ethan won't say it. I'll say it.
I keep forgetting.
Number 3. When all are sexless, there will be equality. There will be no women and no men. There will be but a fraternity, free and equal. The only consoling thought is that it will endure but for one generation.
So it hasn't happened yet.
But... Well, I don't know, but I wonder if we can already see this happening because of the whole sexual revolution and all that already fell apart.
Right. But it is like the constant, I don't know. Yeah, just the undercutting of anything traditional, anything, you're just as straight and normal, you're not like into like, a bunch of other stuff sexually. What are you, some kind of square?
You like girls?
That is like the weird pressure, like that's coming at my kids at a teenage age, like in schools. It's like this weird pressure to not just be some boring old straight laced.
Oh, I just realized we read two Those were two separate ones. The rebelling against everything is lost right to rebel against anything was number 2, and that large paragraph was 3. That was 4.
Oh, okay. Oops.
So yeah,
Prophecy fulfilled.
prophecy fulfilled.
Is it my turn?
I think so.
Yeah.
I read the sexless one.
Satire has weakened in our epoch, for several reasons, but chiefly, I think, because the world has become too absurd to be satirized.
You believe he wrote that in
describes our
1908?
job.
He wrote that in 1908.
1908.
And we're just like, man, how the heck do we write satire about the world in 2020? And he was saying that 100 years ago. Prophecy
Fulfilled.
The trouble with modern England is not how many or how few people vote. It is that however many people vote, a small ring of administrators do what they please. Chesterton destroys the deep state and releases the Kraken. I wonder what Chesterton would say about Trump. That's what
I'm really curious. I'd love to get Dale Ahlquist. I'd love to get on and talk about that stuff. He knows his
Is he like G.K. Chesterton? Oh,
He's the president of the
president of the society?
the American Chesterton Society.
Gotcha.
Prophecy fulfilled. Sorry.
So
I'm not doing it as good as you. And I'm lost. I lost my spot. Oh, yeah.
Number 7.
Trouble? Oh, no. It is. It is only by believing in God that we can ever criticize the government. Once abolish the God, and the government becomes the God. That's like a quote we take for granted. I mean, it's like
now it's obvious.
It seems pretty obvious. But it probably wasn't obvious when the government was a little more fresh. But, yeah, we've talked about this. I mean, if you don't have angels in heaven and demons in hell, then they're all here on earth.
Yeah,
and they're your
politicians
neighbors.
Become
the worst possible
or the
beings
whatever.
you can imagine.
Yeah.
Are human beings, and so you treat them as such.
Let's combine this with the next one. The special mark of the modern world is not that it is skeptical, but that it is dogmatic without knowing it.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like they get rid of the oppressive moral judgments of Christianity, and then they come up with their own set of moral judgments. They get rid of end times prophecies, and then they come out with
Dogmas.
The world will end if we don't do this and this, and
Right.
you always have that. You always have dogma one way or the other.
Or our Abigail Schreier interview is big. I mean,
Man,
that's her whole thing's a religion. A lot of the trans stuff that there's no science behind. It's just asserted.
Yeah,
You just have to. We all have to follow this set of rules.
Yeah.
Can't be questioned.
and it denies the physical reality in favor of this philosophy.
And you can't talk about it. You
Yeah.
can't. Freaky.
Prophecy.
Fulfilled. Was that better?
That was way better. You're on number 9, I think.
The dim democracies of the valleys. While a few prigs on platforms are talking about oneness and absorption in the all, the folk that dwell in all the valleys of this ancient earth are renewing the varieties forever. With them, a woman is loved for being unmanly and a man loved for being unwomanly. With them, the church and the home are both beautiful because they are both different. With them, fields are personal and flags are sacred. They are the virtue of existence, for they are not mankind, but men. It's pretty beautiful. It's the thing that, like, anytime people start talking about unity or this weird utopian idea that we're all going to, like, we're all going to have the same philosophy and we're all going to wear the same outfits and drink the same weird grape drink or something. I don't know. That sounds horrible.
The drink.
We don't think about how
the store.
Like, because there is so much trouble involved in variety of human being, we forget how much beauty is in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think we would miss it if we lost it.
Yeah, I don't remember his wider point in that essay, but yeah, it was something about the difference between this like sameness that they want to bring on from the top down.
Mm-hmm.
And like everybody must believe these things and do these things. And he said the beauty of humanity is the differences.
Yeah.
And we've lost a lot of that.
And that is the continually, that's the thing. Like, because that's really that seems to be what's behind, like, when they're asserting gazillions of genders, really they're asserting there is no gender. Like, it's
right.
all whatever you want it to make it.
Right.
This whole idea that we're all, there is nothing, so we make it. He makes a great point about that in Orthodoxy about evolution. Just that when you think about what evolution is, if it's not something God started, or is it, if God uses evolution, then evolution literally is just, it means there's nothing. It means globs of stuff turning to different globs at the best. There is no monkey turning.
There's no monkey, there's no man, there's no cell, there's no
That's just what
plants
you call that current glob.
of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, here's the prophecy fulfilled. You sound like a preacher.
Fulfilled.
All right, here's our final one. And why not in the sub portion, we can do 5 more. How about that?
Sure. Bonus.
We have some mail, but maybe we can save it for next time and just do the 5 bonus ones. So if you want to stick around for the subscriber portion, we're going to do 5 more. But here's the last one. The weakness of all utopias is this, that they take the greatest difficulty of man and assume it to be overcome, and then give an elaborate account of the overcoming of the smaller ones. They first assume that no man will want more than his share, and then are very ingenious in explaining whether his share will be delivered by motor car or balloon.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, sin nature. We'll take care of that. That's easy.
Yeah.
If we just set up the cars and the balloons and everything right, then,
Yeah, that'll be fine.
yeah, people will just
They'll
stop.
figure it out.
Yeah, that'll be done.
But it's like the same people.
That's the real issue.
It's like the same people who are like, capitalism doesn't work. Everybody's too selfish. They're going to steal. And they're like, communism will work.
Yeah.
Like, when everybody will just be expected to share.
Yeah. The same gray bowl of stew.
The food.
The food
The
cube.
food. All right, once and for all. Prophecy fulfilled.
It's terrible.
That was bad. Let's go to some hate mail.
I really miss Adam Ford.
Okay, we wrote a story saying that Trump was going to file a lawsuit against everyone who did not vote for him. And Linda didn't like it.
This lady Linda did not like that.
Linda was not a fan. Ethan, your best Linda rendition for us, please.
Your story about Trump suing everyone who didn't vote for him is not funny and not necessary, not even as sarcasm. Aren't there enough people ridiculing him due to how uninformed they are about after being fed lies by a main yellow stream media?
Yellow stream? Is that P? Is that a P reference?
Please stop with this crap. I will never subscribe to the B as long as you throw in such low-class punches such as this story.
Is that Linda?
Is Linda Adam
sounds like?
Sandler? I mean, I don't...
Does sound like Adam Sandler.
What are you doing here? I do like the idea that, like, a mild joke criticizing Trump is low class.
Low class.
Trump, of all people. Like,
Yeah.
So, sorry, Linda.
Sorry, you didn't like that one.
Sorry that you will never subscribe.
I hope you liked my voice I did, though. Probably not.
She's like, oh, it's spot on. How does he know that I sound like this?
The Yellow Stream Media. That's the new one.
I gotta
to me. I haven't
Google
heard
that. I don't know if I want to search
Stream.
for them. I don't know if I want to search for
The
that.
Yellow Stream, because like the yellow papers or whatever they call it, the yellow news,
Like yellow journalism.
yellow journalism.
So her head was just filled with all these terms, and she couldn't.
Oh, she mixed
She mixed it up, I think.
yellow.
Because I Google Yellow
journalism?
Stream Media, and nothing comes back. It's just...
Yellow Stream, but it kind of works. It sounds like pee.
It sounds like a phrase that they would make up, like Yellow
Yeah.
Stream, like what Trump said sometime.
Yeah,
The Yellow Stream Media is blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
But no, it's not real.
Maybe she's trying to coin it.
She's trying to make it up.
She's starting it. Okay, cool.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us today on the Babylon Bee podcast. If
Yeah,
you want
we're
to subscribe, we're going to go to the
subscriber.
sub portion. We're going to do 5 more Chesterton quotes.
Hold on, Kyle.
What are you doing? Oh, I forgot about this.
I don't know which one's mine though.
The big one.
I assume that I can't. Let's put on my smoking jacket here for the yellow. This is not mine. For the subscriber portion, wearing my smoking jacket. Let's go relax, Kyle, without these freeloaders.
Every day we go to the lounge in our smoking jackets.
That's right.
That one must be yours over there.
We'll find out. I'll figure it out.
Here we
Put a
go.
name tag on it. That made Dan laugh.
See you later, low class people, Yellow
Bye, you
Stream
Yellow Stream
freeloaders.
low-classers.
Coming up next for Babylon Bee subscribers.
So,
Anyway, we're going to do one subscriber email, and then we're going to go ahead and read 5 bonus Chesterton Prophecies. And he says, I thought I'd let Ethan know that he's not alone with toddler poop stories. This guy was not happy with our Kellen Erskine interview.
this is one of our best episodes. It is true, we make politics so big, and we think about all the truly big things in life around us. It's so sad we spend so much time on that kind of stuff.
Enjoying this hard-hitting interview? Become a Babylon Bee subscriber to hear the rest of this conversation. Go to babylonbee.com/plans for full-length, ad-free podcasts. Kyle and Ethan would like to thank Seth Dillon for paying the bills, Adam Ford for creating their job, the other writers for tirelessly pitching headlines, the subscribers, and you, the listener. Until next time, this is Dave DeAndrea, the voice of the Babylon Bee.